Hey Mahib, good evening. Yeah, how are you? Great, yeah, great. Good evening, Priyansh. Good evening, Rahul. I'm also fine, Mahib. In great mood and ready to teach. So, did you participate in that CTF? How was it? How was it, guys? Got three correct out of five. Did you enjoy it? The point is, did you enjoy it? It's not always about winning, yeah. It's not always about winning. It's about experiencing new things, right? Until now, I do not think so. If you have ever attempted a CTF, right? Hey Yogeshwar. So it's not every time about winning. Sometimes it's about experiencing thing, and it's most of the time it's about experiencing things, right? Hmm. Great, yeah, great, great. So anything interesting? Meet people have joined. You should remember this. Yeah, you should remember the spelling of scalar. Yeah, come on. You might have gone to the site and then checked it. Yeah, come on. Yeah, Yogeshwar. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Anybody from our batch win? Do you know anybody from our batch who won the CTF or who came in like top five or top three? Oh, nice, Roshan. Nice. Huh, Mahip, I'm really excited about India versus England. We should have been. Convert this have been into we are next time, okay? In the next CTF. Nice, yeah, nice. Then it must have been easier. If you completed it in 13 minutes, then the people must have created it a very easy CTF. Hmm. Only 8 people joined. What happened, yeah? What's happening? Where are others? So let us do one thing. Until people join, shall we play a song? Yes. New tradition to our class? Yeah. Okay, let us. Hmm. So, last weekend of holiday. Yogeshwar, there are people who don't even get the holidays. You have at least, you enjoyed the holidays at least, right? There are people who are just giving exams and exams. Whenever I talk to them, they say, "Sir, we have exams." Hmm. Okay. Mahip is asking, sir, सब लोग हिमाचल क्यों जा रहे हैं इस टाइम? I do not know. I am myself in Delhi, and I do not know why people are going to Himachal. No, Yogeshwar, I did not see the post. You can send me the post and I'll see it. Until then, just relax a bit until remaining people joins and let's listen to a song, a very beautiful song. Uh, yeah.
फिर सुना मीठी मीठी सी दास्तां, जिसको सुन के मेरी जिंदगी में होती है नई सुबह। पास आगे मुझसे फिर ना दूर जा, प्यारी प्यारी इस रात की गहराइयों में डूब जा। बाहों में भर तुझको कसकर, सारे गम भुला दे। देख जब तू हंसकर बाहों में भर लूं तुझको कसकर, सारे गम भुला दे। देख जब तू हंसकर ये रात ढल ना जाए, समेट लूं मैं हर पल, मिल कैसा जाए जो आने वाला है कल। आगे मुझसे फिर ना दूर जा, प्यारी प्यारी इस रात की गहराइयों में डूब जा। मेरा दिल मेरी जान तू, मेरे सारे अरमान तू, तेरे लिए तो मैं छोड़ दूं ये जहां।
So yes guys, are we ready? Shall we start the class? Are you all, nobody's sleeping, right? And nobody is remembering no one, right? Are we all focused on the class? Great. Yogeshwar says, sometimes when I code, I get super tense, like when I do not get the right answer. How do we manage with this frustration, sir? Yogeshwar, let us take it at the end, or again, you can also personally text me, and then we can talk and have a chat about it. Okay? Okay, great, Yogeshwar. So, guys, any doubt from previous class? Any kind of doubt from previous class? Whatever we learned in previous class, we didn't learn much. We started with strings. Yes. No, Mahip says no. Yes, guys. Any kind of doubt? No doubts? Everything clear? Assignment problem. It's fine. It's fine, Kaustav. If you were not able to do any assignment problem, in the next class we can take the doubts on assignment problems. Okay. In the conceptual part, I want to ask, you guys all understood that part, how we were calculating the length of the string, length of the character array, and how we were actually calculating how we just subtracted my 48 from that 1 to get actually the digit 1, right? Those were the two most important things of previous class. Are character arrays and strings the same as in we pass it as a parameter? Will it accept? No, Yogeshwar, no, it should not. Those two things are not same. Completely different things, and we are going to say it today. Okay, Yogeshwar. So let us start. Yeah. So first of all, today we'll be discussing a question. In the starting, we'll be discussing a question. So you are given with a character array, let's say. You are given with a character array, character ch, and let's say 10. And then we take the input from, let us take it as 100. So that it doesn't get short, or it's of appropriate length, right? So take it as a maximum length. So cn and then ch. So now here we are taking the character input from the user. Okay, guys, we are taking the character input from the user. Just a second. Yeah. Now what I want to do, let's suppose user entered something like this. SKL. If somebody has attempted the assignment, this question was in the assignment. SKLE, scalar. So somebody has entered this particular string, right? Now what I want to do, I want to toggle the case of every particular character. What I want to do, if a character is in uppercase, I want to convert that character into lowercase. So for this particular string, what would be my answer? Small s, then capital C, then small a, then capital L, small e, and then capital R. Yes, is how we are toggling the case clear? Yes, is the problem clear to everyone? Right. Now we are going to write the solution for this problem. So let us create a function. Toggle case. Okay. So what we need as a parameter. Quickly tell me what we need as a parameter. Yes, right. Character array actually. Yes, we need the character array on which forget the string and for now forget the string part. We need the character array, or you can say string. So we need the character array. So character ch and like this. So now we can accept that character array. And what should we return? Should we return something? Currently we do not know how to return arrays, right? So we'll just do void. And one more thing, we do not need to actually return, because I told you that arrays are by default passed by reference. If you remember, guys, arrays are by default passed by reference. We are just going to change this particular array only, and then we can print it after calling this function. We'll call this function from here and toggle case, and we need to pass ch. Okay, and eventually we'll print it here only. Okay, guys. So tell me, give me the idea how we should start with it, or what's the idea behind it? What should we do? Yes, quickly tell me the idea. What should we do? We can add if else. Okay, we can add if else. Can you be more specific, Tanvi? Right, Rahul? Absolutely right, Tanvi. So what should we do in that if and else? Right, guys. Absolutely right. Man, most of you have reached to the solution. So we discussed in previous class that capital A has an ASCII value of 65, right? And small a has an ASCII value of 97, right? So there is a difference of 32. There is a difference of 32 between uppercase letter and the same smaller case letter. same lowercase letter, right? Yes, is this clear? There's a difference of 32 between the ASCII values of lowercase letter and uppercase letter. So first of all, we need to check the case. So first of all, what we need to do, we need to check the case. First of all, we need to write a loop to traverse the whole array. First requirement is traverse the array, right? First requirement is traverse the array. So we declare int I equals to 0, and while my ch of I not equals to my null, character, until then I'll keep on moving, right? And inside this loop, we'll check if my character is lowercase, I'll convert it to uppercase. If my character is uppercase, I'll convert it to lowercase. So we need if and else's. So if my ch of I is greater than equals to 65, what I am doing, I'm actually comparing my ASCII value. You would say, sir, yeah, this is character and you're comparing it with integer. I told you yesterday that C++ provides us this stuff that it implicitly convert. As soon as C++ sees that we are actually comparing it with integer, it will see, yeah, do we have anything related to this character in the integer form? Yes, we have ASCII codes. So what C++ will do, C++ will actually bring the ASCII code of this ch of I, and it will compare it with 65, and the other condition will be ch of I less than equals to 90. So now what I am checking here, that if my current character is actually uppercase or not. Yes, guys? Is this if clear to everyone? I am checking if my character is uppercase. So what we need to do, we need to convert it into lowercase. So what we need to do, ch of I, we should actually increase it by 32, right? 65, from 65 I need to go to 97. So what should I do? ch of I plus 32. I increase the value of my current character by 32. So my character would be converted to a lowercase character. And in the else part, what I would be doing, ch of I equals to ch of I minus 32. Yes, because my else is lowercase. Here I want to convert from lowercase to uppercase. Yes, here I want to convert from lowercase to uppercase. Let us try to run this code. And let us write scalar. And can you see this thing? The capital S is converted into small s, and all the other small letters, relax Mamoon, relax. All the small letters are converted into big letters, right? On the uppercase. Now Mamoon is asking, sir, why are we using this? Why are we not using inbuilt functions? Guys, you are starting now. You are currently starting with your language, new language. You are currently learning. I would advise you to try not to use as much. Do not use less inbuilt functions, right? Do not use that much inbuilt functions. Try to implement inbuilt functions from yourself. Okay, Mamoon. If I am going to use inbuilt function now. I am going to introduce inbuilt function now. But I just wanted to tell you what is actually happening inside the inbuilt function, right? You should know what is actually happening inside the inbuilt function. Then only I will learn. Na? So anybody who says, sir, I do not understand what happened here. Anybody who has any doubt in this particular logic? Yes, guys. Anybody who has any doubt in this particular logic? No doubts? Shall we move further? Great. So now what I'm going to say, we'll start using some inbuilt function. I'll start using some inbuilt function for character. So first of all, there is an inbuilt function to check. Okay, Kaustav has, sir, instead of using while loop, can we use for loop? Kaustav, you can definitely use for loop. Yes, sure, you can definitely use for loop, but the point is nothing. It seems better in the case of for loop. Whichever loop you like, it's absolutely fine. But for me, for this particular thing, while loop suits me better. It's a just personal approach of attempting the question. You can definitely use the for loop. No, Rahul, we do not need the length. We can write the for loop like this. We can write the for loop like this. For int I equals to 0 and ch of I is not equals to, null. This can be a condition and I plus plus. So now you do not need to actually get the length. The condition can be this. This is my condition. Yes, this is my condition. And I am just writing this condition here. We just have to arrange those three components in a single line. Okay. So what they are saying, if the statement in already given a string A. Okay, it's fine, Costa. We'll be discussing that, what to do with that stuff. So currently we have character arrays. Do not worry about string. So now this was the thing. Now, first of all, I just want to skip this part and check it by using an inbuilt function. So there is an inbuilt function called isAlpha. There's an inbuilt function which actually check if my character is alphabet or not. If my character is alphabet or not. It's quite possible now. It's quite possible. Until now, what we are checking, we are only checking that if my characters are small or large. What could have, there is a possibility that my character is this @ isn't it? There can be a possibility that in my string @ is present, and for that if I do +32 -32, then my string would get damaged. For this @ character, I do not want to do anything, right? So initially I have to write another if. Initially I have to write another if. That if is alpha, this function tells me that if my character is alphabetic character or not. This functions tell me if my character is alphabetic character or not. Ch of I. If is alpha, then only do this stuff. If is alpha, then only do this stuff. Okay guys, is alpha clear? What is alpha is doing? Yes, great. Now, after using this alpha, we can also change this thing. There is another function, there is another inbuilt function called is lower and is upper. Is lower and is upper. These two functions check if my current case is lowercase or uppercase. Okay, so we do not need to write this particular thing. We can just write is upper. Okay, and we also do not need to write this. We can also use, as Mamoon said, we can also use another inbuilt function. There is another inbuilt function which is 2 lower and 2 upper. 2 lower and 2 upper. Okay, so you can directly do, we are checking for upper, so we need to convert it to lower. So 2 lower, and we just need to pass ch of I. And then it will be actually returning back it will be converting my character to lowercase, and then it will be returning it back. So we will store it. Ch of I is equals to 2 lower ch of I. Okay guys, is this thing clear? Are these inbuilt functions clear to everyone? So can we do 2 lower ch? That's what I'm doing now. No, you cannot do, if you are asking, this is a character, na? Only ch is not a character, Yogeshwar. My character is ch of I. Only ch, if I do this, ch is actually complete array of characters. Okay, we cannot actually pass the complete array of character. We can only pass this particular function, only works for a single character. Okay, Yogeshwar, if you want to ask me that, sir, can't we just completely convert a string to lowercase? No, this particular function only works for a single character. Okay, Yogeshwar, is the doubt clear? Great. So let us check if the function is working right or not. Come on. So REPL is taking time. This function would work fine. Don't worry. So This was the toggle case for you, and these were some inbuilt function which Mamoon was talking about. And there are more inbuilt function. There are more. Let us write scalar now. Scalar. Can you see the exact same output what we needed? So these were the some input functions, and these functions are actually available in this library. Hash include. It's quite possible. It's quite possible that when you try to run this code in VS Code, it says is alpha, is upper, is not present. But while I am running it in REPL, it already included in this compiler already have it inbuilt. Okay, it already includes it. But somewhere if you try to execute in some other ID or some other editor and it says that this function is not present, so library for it is C type. C type. Hey guys, is this thing clear? And similarly, we have a function called isElnum. We have a function called isElnum. It will tell if my character is alphabetical character or if my character is numerical. In both the cases, it will return true. If my character is alphabetical character or if my character is numerical character. Okay, then there is another function called isDigit. This will return true only in the case of numeric characters. Yogeshwar, you can. Yogeshwar is saying, sir, okay, if this particular thing is returning true in the case of alphabetical and numerical character, in the case of alphabetical and numerical character, it is returning true. So if I place a not sign against it, so can I say that we can check it for symbols? But Yogeshwar, there are other characters also. Other than symbols, there are other characters also, right? There are characters which are not printable. Yes, Yogeshwar, there are characters after 127 which are not actually, symbols. So you cannot actually do not. There is a very large space. Okay. So false means it will not be numeric. It will not be alphabetical. Other than that, it can be anything else. So these are the sum of functions which I wanted to discuss. And these functions are in C type library. Now let's get back to it. Now guys, tell me if I have another, I have another character array, 100, and let's say it is initialized with hello. What do you think? Can I, if I want to, or let's just erase it. Can I do this thing? ch1, ch. Can I do this thing? I want to copy the content of ch into ch1. I want to copy the content of ch into ch1. What do you think? Can I do this thing? Does this thing even make sense? That just writing by ch into ch1, should it work? It never works this way. In the case of character array, it never works. So if I want to copy, exactly. If I want to copy, what should I do? If I want to copy, what should I do? I should traverse this array. And then fill it, right? Exactly right. Then there is another inbuilt function. There is another, let us discuss 3-4 inbuilt function for strings. So there is this inbuilt function called string copy. There is this inbuilt function strcpy. There is this inbuilt function strcpy. And where it has two parameters. The first parameter is your destination and the other parameter is your source. First parameter is the character array in which you actually want to input or in which you actually want to copy. And the source is the string or the character array which you want to actually copy. Okay guys, so let us take an example, string cpy and let's say ch1 and we want to copy ch into it. And eventually we want to say cout ch1 ender. Cout ch1 ender. It is saying use of undeclared identifier string copy. So for this we have to use another library. Hash include string.h. Either write string.h or you can also write cstring. So all the libraries of C, string.h is a library of C, which has been taken by C++. All the libraries which were present in C can be used here by just appending C at the front and then writing that library rather than writing it as string.h. You can also write string.h. It would definitely work, but there is another way to use the libraries of C. Okay, guys. So now it is not showing me the error, and let us try to print it. See, this is my C1. This is my C1 after toggling the case. Yeah, both are same. Both the libraries are same. This is my CH after toggling the case. And now we can see CH1 is also printed the same. CH1 has been also printed the same. Yes, guys, is this function clear to you? And Yogeshwar, it will be same. It will be same. Yogeshwar is saying, sir, if we are trying to do this ourselves, we'll be actually traversing the string and then copying it, right? So for this particular inbuilt function, what would be the complexity? The complexity will remain exactly same. They are also following the same thing. Even I would actually advise you guys to, after the class, just try to implement this function by yourself. Okay, try to implement this inbuilt function by yourself so that you can get more accustomed to strings and more accustomed to character arrays. Its complexity will be exactly same O of n, and there might be also some optimizations. There might be some optimizations happening which we are not talking about currently. But I do not think so. If you want to copy, there are any kind of optimization. You have to take O of n. You have to pick single character and then put it into the other character array. Okay, Yogeshwar? Great. So this is string copy. There is one more use of string copy. So what we can do this thing. We can do this thing, right? CH, we can initialize a character array. But we cannot do this thing. We cannot do this thing. CH1 is equals to hello. Now we cannot do this thing. Because CH1, when we discussed array, we actually discussed this CH1 is a pointer. Okay, so we cannot do this thing. Yes, guys, we cannot do this thing. So string copy can help us do this thing. String copy can help us do this thing. It is not necessary that we have to pass a character array here. We can also pass the particular string which we want to enter into the array. So ch1, and we can enter hello. Okay, and now here let me print ch1. Let me just comment it out. So I give an input scalar and see. First of all, it printed scalar. Okay, ch is printed. Then it printed hello. Why? Because I entered hello into ch1. So it printed hello and then it printed scalar again. Why? Because we actually copied ch to ch1. So it printed scalar again. Is it fine, guys? Is strcpy function fine? Is string copy function fine? Anybody has any doubt in this function? Yes, and please execute it yourself after the class. Okay, please try to write this function yourself. Yes, great. Now there is another function. Most of the time we need the length. Most of the time we need the length of the string, right? We need the length of the string, and we can also write the function ourselves. We have seen how to find the length of the string, but there is another function which is present, strlen, and if you pass the string here, ch1, let's say it will return the length of the string. It will return the length of the string. And so let us quickly run it. And scalar. So see, 6. The length of, what is the length of scalar? 6. So length of the string has been returned. Okay, guys, is it fine? And we know how to execute this function, right? We know how to execute this function. How is the length different than size? Okay, so Mamoon, how is the length different than size? If you're talking about this, what we did, we actually took 100 memory locations. Okay, we took 100 memory locations, but we only filled 6 memory locations. So the length of the string is the length of the particular string which is present inside your array. Okay. And size of the array is like 100. Size of my current array is 100. Karthik says, instead of ch1, what if we write ch1 in the string copy? It would be the same thing or not? So Karthik, you want to write this? Yes? No, Karthik, you cannot do this thing. What we have seen, while we are passing, we do not need to give this thing. While we are actually passing the array, we do not need to give these brackets. We only need to give these brackets when we are actually taking it as formal parameters. When we are actually taking it here. right? We need to write it here. But when we're actually passing the array, we do not need to write this. See, it is actually showing expected expression. So it is saying expected. It is not the quite expected expression, which was quite expected, right? So we erase it. So this says that we are actually passing the array. Okay, Karthik? Any doubt until now, guys? We have discussed two inbuilt function. We know how to execute string length. This loop is actually calculating the string length. Okay, and now just go after the class and try to execute the string copy. Now let us move further. Let us discuss another function. Okay. So currently we need. Okay, now tell me. A, B, C, D. There is this. Let's say apple, and there is another string called apps. ABS. So tell me which string is larger or which string is greater. Can you tell me which string is greater? You all say apple. On the basis of what? On what basis you actually selected? Okay, everybody, exactly right. So guys, before jumping onto something, if somebody is asking you a question, and if the question is not clear, I haven't cleared the parameters. On what basis you should select the length, on the basis of length or on the basis of any other thing. So you should clear it first. It's a very basic interview, technique or interview advice, that if the question is clear, if the question is not clear, just ask the interviewer or ask the person that what do you mean by actually greater? What do you mean by actually greater? Exactly right question, Yogeshwar. So now currently there can be two options, that I'm actually considering the length, but now I'm not talking about length. I'm actually talking which string is lexicographically greater. Which string is lexicographically greater? Can you guys tell me what is the meaning of lexicographically? Whoever knows it. Which string is lexicographically greater? Anybody? I write, Arshdeep, right? In an increasing order, in which sense? Right, Vishnu? So lexicographically, it's just another kind of term for, just the way the words are written in dictionary. Dictionary order. You can say dictionary order. Just the way in which our words are actually written in the dictionary. So lexicographically means a dictionary order. Okay, according to the dictionary order, now tell me which word is smaller and which is greater. Yeah, right. So according to dictionary, according to lexicographically order, my apple is still greater than ABS. Right? But if I just increase it D, E, F, still my apple is greater than this, even if the length of ABS is greater, right? So do you all understand what we mean by lexicographically? Yes. Anybody has any doubt what do we mean by lexicographically? There will be many questions where you will be asked it, sort the string in lexicographic order, or give us lexicographic order of this according to lexicographic order. Does number count in lexo? I don't understand, Yogeshwar, your question. Yes, it actually comes. Nice question. Yogeshwar is saying, what about this? Apple 1 and Apple 2. What about this? What do you think, guys? What about this? 1 is also a character. Now you can also say, we start comparing character by character. Okay, before telling you this, tell me which is greater now, apple or this apple? Which is greater, this apple or this apple? Or they are equally same? They can be equal also. Mahib says this apple is greater. Most of the people says this. Roshan says that this apple is greater. Yogeshwar, who said that A comes before? Right, exactly. You are on the right path, but you choose the wrong thing. I am asking which is greater, right? So what actually happens is we start comparing from the starting. We start comparing from the starting. If the character are not in the same case, or if there are some digits, or if there are some special characters, so we compare according to ASCII values. So this A has smaller ASCII value than this A. Okay, this A has smaller ASCII value than this A. So definitely this string is greater. In the similar way, these particular strings are same in both the case, but one has lesser ASCII value and two has greater ASCII value. So this string would be larger. Is this clear, guys? Anybody has any doubt on this? How to check if which string is lexicographically greater or which string is lexicographically smaller? Anybody who has any kind of doubt on this? Yes, lexicographically can have any kind of meanings. It must be specified. When somebody is telling you that lexicographically sort kar do ya do this thing, ask them, sir, please state me what actually lexicographically mean according to you. Okay. So there are problems if you try and go into competitive programming. Whenever there is a problem where lexicographically is written, they actually describe it, what actually lexicographically means. Okay. So Roshan, so for every string we look at the ASCII value. You can actually, yes, Roshan, I would say yes, but most of the time we can normally see the string and we can tell the answer. For these type of, when we are comparing strings normally, we should see to the ASCII value. Is it fine? Yes, guys? Lexicographically will always be defined. What we actually want from lexicographically, it will be mathematically defined. That what the person wants you. Normally lexicographically means dictionary. Normally lexicographically means in the dictionary order. If we see the normal, very general term, lexicographically means dictionary order. But somebody put a quite very point. It's what happened in this case. Now we do not have only a lowercase letter or only uppercase letter. We have combination of everything. We have combination of digits also. So we need to have some more restrictions or more particular thing by which we can decide if a particular string is a smaller or if a particular string is larger. So now we are actually going to compare the ASCII values. Akif, I do not understand what you are saying. Akif is saying Akif Ahmed Naik is a good man but tall boy. I do not understand Akif. So ask everything, everything which is printable, is compared using ASCII values. Okay, fine. So for this, tell me, how do we check? So how do we compare the strings? There will be two strings given to you, string 1 and string 2. Okay, and you need to tell me which string is greater. So how would you go? Yes, Roshan, that's what I am going to tell you. Okay, since everybody is suggesting it. So there is a function called string strcmp. This is an inbuilt function. So what do you think how this function is executed behind the scenes? That's what I want to ask. Right, Yogeshwar, right. Exactly, yeah. Exactly, guys. So both the strings are traversed, and then their ASCII values are checked. Whoever's ASCII value is smaller for the very first character, then they check for the second character, then they check for the third character. Whoever ASCII value is smaller, that strings is smaller. So currently, I am actually going to tell you about this function. After the class, please execute this function. After the class, please try to execute this function. Now this function take two strings. This function take two strings or two character arrays, and it return three values. And it return three kind of values. If my string 1 is greater than string 2, if my first string, the string which is given first, if this string is greater than this string, it will return a value greater than 0. Okay. If both the strings are equal, it will actually give me it will actually give me 0. Okay, and if my string 1 is less than string 2, and if my string 1 is less than string 2, it will give me a number less than 0. Okay guys, so this function will return greater than 0 when string 1 is greater than string 2, equals to 0 when both the strings are equal, and less than 0 when string 1 is smaller than string 2. Okay, so let us take two character arrays and let us quickly check it. We already have two values, so we can take ch, and we can take ch1, and it will return cout, and let us check. No, it is not by length here, it is by ASCII value. It is by ASCII value. It is by ASCII value. Vishnu, it is by ASCII value. This particular string strcmp will check by ASCII value. AB is not greater. AC is greater in your case. B has smaller ASCII value. So Vishnu, if I consider your strings A, capital B, and AC. So this A and this A both have the same ASCII value. Then we go to the next character. So this B has smaller ASCII value and this C has a larger ASCII value. Yeah. Now you understood, na Vishnu? Yes. So let us try to run it and see what happens. So scale. So currently it returns 0. Currently it returns 0 because both of the strings, we are copying ch into ch1. So ch and ch1 both were the same. Ch and ch1 both were same. So let us try to, let us comment it out and then see what happens. Now ch1 stores hello, and let us give ch scalar. So what do you think what would be returned? Negative value, equal value, or positive value? ch1 has hello and ch has scalar. ch1 has hello and ch has scalar. This is capital H and this is small s. What has happened, guys? What has happened? It has returned a positive value. It has returned a positive value. So when positive value is returned, when the first string is greater, so is my first string greater? One is scalar and another one is hello. Is my this string is greater? Yes, guys. Akif says no. Why? Why, Akif? We are comparing these two strings. Yeah. We are comparing these two strings. Scalar and the other string is hello. And the others, Karthik, this is small s. See, that's the difference. That's what I'm telling you. This is small s and this is capital H. The ASCII value is small s. Great. Anybody has any doubt in this? Anybody has any doubt in this? No? Shall we move further? Great. So next thing is, yes, Akif, yes, ASCII value of small s is greater than h. Now it could be possible, it is quite possible. No, now currently we only consider first one. The reason being, S is already greater than H. H is already greater than H. So we do not need to consider further. This string is already greater. In dictionary, what we do? This is not exactly dictionary. This is comparing by ASCII values, but we do not look further, na? Since my first characters are already, larger or smaller, then we do not need to look towards the remaining string. Akif, logically, yeah, string 2 is greater. Sorry, string 2 is smaller. This particular string is smaller. Akif, any problems? Guys, any problem in this thing? Why it returned 43? Akif, do you have an issue with that? Yes, Akif. Akif is not responding. Okay, then let us move further. On what basis 43 is generated? So can you guess on what basis 43 is generated? Is there any logic behind 43? I'll come to your question, Priyansh. Can you guys guess what's the logic behind 43? Let us see one thing. Let us see one thing. See out int and let us see character S minus character H and enter. See, can you see 43 and 43? Can you see both the values of 43? So now can you guess what could be the value? And yes, Priyansh, does it answer your question also? Yes, guys, is this clear? Exactly. The point where both the strings are either smaller or larger, the exact point where both the strings are smaller or larger, it returns approximately the value, the difference of ASCII value there, okay? And it can also return some random value when the lengths are not same. When the lengths are not same, it can also return some random value. Yes, definitely, Yogeshwar, I can do that. So Yogeshwar wants us to do A. Okay. So it will return 0, Yogeshwar. Let us do it. It has returned 0. Okay, with different length you want. Okay, let's just make this different. The string which we are inputting is of 4 length and the string ch1 is of 5 length. Yes. Yes, Yogeshwar, is this clear? You can say it. So this particular string is actually larger this time. ch1 is larger this time. And this particular string is smaller. Okay, and this time it is returning minus 97. It is kind of 0 minus 97. Since it was not able to find anything, so you can say it is actually returning null minus a. Okay, null minus a or 0 minus a. Okay, 0 minus 97. Since it has a smaller length, so it is actually returning 0 minus 97. Is it fine, guys? Is it fine? Anybody has any doubt? Ayush, which code? Ayush, which code? Just a second, Yogeshwar. Ayush, which code? The second last line. This particular thing. Okay. So what I am doing here is forget this thing. Forget this thing. What I am doing here is I am subtracting S from H. I am subtracting H from S actually. I am subtracting 2 characters. So subtraction doesn't actually make sense for these characters, right? Subtraction doesn't actually make sense for characters. Right, Ayush? But we have ASCII values, but we have integer values. So what happens is this subtraction operator behind the scenes, it checks, okay, these are characters. I cannot subtract characters, but they have integer values associated with them. They have integer values associated with them. So let us pick those integer values and let us subtract those values, right? Let us pick the ASCII values and let us subtract those. And why I did this? just to make sure that integer is also only integer is returned. Just to make sure. Even if without this, without this, this thing might work. Just to make sure that an integer is outputted. So even without this, it is working, but just to make sure I typecast it into int. Is it clear, Ayush? And even if you try to do this thing, now see there, see what will happen. It's still printed. Okay, it's still printed 43. Interesting. It should have converted. So now what is happening here is, it is actually first finding the difference. It is first finding the difference, and then we got the difference is 43. And then I'm typecasting it. Then I'm typecasting it to character. So what will happen? It will go and check the what for which symbol, for which character the ASCII value is 43. So for plus the ASCII value is 43. Okay, Ayush, is this stuff clear? Is this stuff clear to everyone? Great, guys, great. So let us discuss one more function. Let us discuss one last function. Okay, what do you think if I want to do this? If I want to this, there is one string hello, there is one string hello, and there is another string there. Okay, there is another string there. So what I want to do, I want to attach two things. I want to kind of add these two. Can I do this string one plus string plus one plus string two? Can I do this thing? No, because I cannot actually add two arrays, right? I cannot add two arrays. So this is what we call concatenation. I just want to move this string like this. Hello there. Hello there. So what I want to do, I actually want to concatenate. This is what we call concatenation. Okay, guys, I actually want to do concatenation. So if this was a problem, and no inbuilt function is available, what would you do? If let's suppose there is no inbuilt function and you actually want to do this thing, you have a string hello and you have another character array there, what would you do? Give me ideas. Then I'll introduce the inbuilt function and then you have to implement it yourself after the class. But give me ideas, what would you do? Okay. Right, Yogeshwar, right. Exactly. One thing, Tanvi, which you should mention, then you have to take another new array. Let's suppose there is one array ch1 of length, let's say 5, and this array ch2 of, let's say, 6. Okay. Now the new array should be at least of new array, let's say ch3, should be of 11 length, right? So make sure about it. Exactly, Roshan. Arshdeep has another way of doing this. Arshdeep is saying, sir, okay, what I can do? There is ch1, there is string 1, there is string 2. So first of all, I can make use of this string copy function. First of all, I can just take a new string and copy the first string, and then I can add the remaining string character by character. So Arshdeep is trying to use the inbuilt functions by a very different way. Okay. So we already have a function for this, which we call strcat. Okay, and for this you have to pass. You can see. Can you see this? String detach is already available, yeah. ch1 and ch. Just give me description, guys. It is not giving me description. Leave it. So what we have to do, string cat, you have to give a destination, and you have to give a source. So what this string cat will do, it will only use ch1. And add ch into ch1 only. It will make use of ch1 only, and it will actually add ch1 at the end of ch1. I'm coming to your question, Yogeshwar. I'm coming to your question. So let us see what would happen. So I get scalar. Can you see what happened? This is the string which we inputted in ch. ch1 was a 5 times. Okay. ch1 was a 5 times. So it actually appended ch to ch1. And let us try to print ch1 also now. So you can see with ch1 has already also changed. Okay, so what is this function actually doing? It is actually changing this ch1. So this ch1 is treated as a destination string, and the ch string is actually appended to ch1. Okay, guys. Anybody has any doubt? Great. So Yogeshwar asks, sir, once we have initialized, can we add more character to a character array? Once we have initialized, can we add more character to a character array? So let's say Yogeshwar, let's say there is a string str, there is a character array str. Okay, and let's say this is 100. So you can always update this particular character array by doing this: str, location, and a character. Okay, but this location should be under 100. This location should be from 0 to 99, right? This location should be from 0 to 99. If you try to access, let's say 120, then it is dependent upon compiler. It is dependent upon your memory distribution. It can result into segmentation fault. It can result into a garbage value, or it can result into anything. It is not exactly, it is not sure that what would actually happen. It is dependent upon compiler. It is dependent upon memory distribution. Okay, Yogeshwar? Is it fine? That is why we are going to learn something called dynamic strings or dynamic characters array today. Just like we did in arrays, we'll be learning something which is dynamic in nature, that we can add any number of characters after it. Yes, Tanvi, yes, I'll come to the string, don't worry. In case of string, will we still have to take a third string to add two strings? It is not necessary, Tanvi. No, it is not necessary. I'll come to that, okay? Don't worry, I'll come to that. Great. So, is this concatenation function clear to everyone? Is this concatenation function clear to everyone? Anybody who has any doubt in this? Anybody who has any doubt in this? Yes, Karthik. Karthik is saying, sir, to be dynamic, we can take a vector of characters. To be dynamic, just we have vector of integers. Can't we take vector of characters? Yes. To get some dynamicity or dynamic nature into your string, you can use the vector of characters. Okay. But do not worry. We specifically have something for this, Karthik. Okay. We do not need to use vector of characters. There is specific thing in C++ which actually provides some dynamic nature. Yes, sure, Mahip. So what is happening, Mahip? What is happening in this case? So this S and minus H. This S minus H, these are two characters. Okay. S and H are two characters, and there is a subtraction symbol here. There is a subtraction symbol here. So C++ arrives and C++ say, okay, yeah, I do not know how to subtract characters. What do you mean by subtracting characters? Then it checked, okay, but I know that characters are converted to integers and integers are converted to binary codes eventually. Right, Mahi? So eventually, these two are two binary numbers. These two things are two binary numbers, isn't it? Yes. So in binary, this S has a ASCII value which is converted to binary. This H has another ASCII value which is converted to binary, and then the subtraction happens. Okay. After subtraction, we get a value. We get a value of 43. Okay. Then what I did, I typecasted it. Okay, I got the 43 value, but I want character. So what my C++ did, C++ went and find out, okay, for 43, do we have any character? Can we represent a character using 43? Yes, we can represent plus. We can, if you see the ASCII table, you will find out that 43 is plus. Okay, Mahi? Anybody has any doubt? Just let me just plug in my laptop. Yeah. Great. This is the link. Where you can find more functions, more inbuilt functions in this C string library. Okay. You can try out multiple functions. You can try out executing them and understand which parameters they are taking and what they are actually doing extra. Okay, guys, just refer this link to see more inbuilt functions just like this in string library. Okay, shall we move further? Great. So this whole concept which we learned until now was actually introduced in C. And C++ took it from C only. But how C++ is different? C++ is object-oriented language. Right? So of course C++, there is a plus, so C++ need to add something new. C++ said, okay, C, you had the integer arrays. So I'll add vector to it. I'll add dynamic nature. So again, C++ said, okay, C, you have character arrays as string. So I'll make things more easier for the developers. I'll add a dynamic nature into it, or I'll add more things easily available to the developer. Okay. So what C++ did, C++ actually created a library or a class. I completely understand that you do not know class is what is a class, what is an object. So just leave those things, ignore those things. Okay, just consider it. We'll be having 2 to 3 classes of OOPS, where then you'll understand what actually class is, and then we can see how string is implemented. So what C++ did, C++ introduced a type called string. C++ introduce a type called string. Okay, guys, just give me 2 minutes here. Sorry, guys. So yeah, where were we? Yeah. So we were talking about the string. So C++ introduced this string. Just assume it as a library, or just assume it as a data type. Karthik, I cannot just answer your question exactly in this particular class. Okay, you can ping me your skill chat and then we can talk about it. Okay, Karthik. Great. So, Mahip, what we said, okay, so until now, we cannot just append new things to the character array, okay? My character array is actually fixed. My character array is actually of fixed size, right? In the same way, my integer array was, right? So, what we needed something dynamic where we can actually add characters, where we can actually add more characters. This is not the one reason. This is not the only single reason for bringing up new something called string. There are multiple reasons. So let me just quickly try to explain it in a very simple way. If you do not understand, it's clear. So let's say there is a bird. Let's say there is a bird. So bird has many things, right? Bird has a name. There can be a name to bird. Yes. There can be species of bird. Okay. There can be a name of bird. There can be a species of bird. And there can be also some properties like bird can fly. Fly is a function which bird can perform. Right? Yes, size can also be a property. Okay, so there are many things associated to this particular bird. There are many things associated to this particular bird. In the similar way, we have a string class, or we have something called string structure. There is a structure called string. There is something called string. So string can have many things. First of all, string is made up of character array. First of all, string is made up of character array. So वो तो होगा ही. That will be there. What other properties can be associated with string? What other properties can we associate with string? Exactly, Yogeshwar. Right. Length. Can we say there can be a property of string length? Yes. Can we say there should be concatenation from, there is a property concatenate, or there is a property copy? Yes. Exactly. So what until now what we did, there was a character array. And we were actually passing this character array to some kind of functions. So this particular function was not actually the property of character arrays. This particular function was not the property of character arrays, right? Character arrays were independent from these functions. Is this thing clear? But now what I'm saying, my string, the string which I'll declare will have all the properties within it. So it is made up of multiple number of things. Okay, this is a very vague overview of this thing, what our class is. Okay, if you do not understand this thing, don't worry, it is completely fine. Just understand how we are using and what are the new things which are added by C++. Okay, you will understand this thing when we have covered OOPS. Right, Yogeshwar, right, absolutely right. String is actually not a data type. It's kind of a class, right? But for today, just for today, consider it as a data type. Just for today. It is not a data type, guys. It is not a data type. It is kind of some composite. It is kind of a black box. Which is represented, which have some data, which is represented by character arrays. And it can do many, many more things. When we do OOPS, then you only realize, okay, how actually string is implemented at back. Okay, guys, is this fine with you? Can you just for today, for few more classes, can you just ignore the fact and just assume it to be a data type? Great. Just assume, just like you assumed in the case of vector, na? Just similarly in this case, just assume it. So now first thing is, how do we declare or how do we initialize? So the very first thing is write it like string. Now we do not have to write character arrays. Just write string and then just give the name. Then just give the name you want to give. Okay, string S. Is it fine, guys? So now you can initialize it by either just writing this hello, just the way we were initializing our character arrays. And another feature is now provided. Previously, we were not able to initialize after this. After this particular declaration, right? But now we can also do this thing. After this, we can do this thing. S equals to hello. Okay. So can I say previously how we were able to achieve this thing? Using string copy function? Yes, previously how we were able to achieve this thing using this particular function? Yes, guys. But now I can just copy a string to another string just using this equality operator. using this just equal to. Now I can just copy this string like this. So things has become easier for me. Things have become easier for me. And now you might have a doubt, ki, sir, how does it happening? How is it happening? So I'll just give a vague idea what is happening. Inside the string, this equal to operator is also defined. This equal to operator is also defined. That whenever we are working with the string, na, up is equal to operator ko use karna, na ki rather than the original equal to operator. This is what you call operator overloading, which you will learn later on. Okay, now what is happening, this equal to says, yeah, I can only work with primitive data types. I can only work with integer, floats, and putting the value of one variable to another variable. I cannot work this with this string. So what string says, okay, equal to operator, do not behave as you are behaving normally. Just I am actually defining you again. I am actually defining you again and behave according to what I am saying. You can say that, Yogeshwar. You can say that. Okay. Is this understood, guys? Now this equal to operator is actually saying that copy hello into S. Copy hello into S. Is this clear, guys? Anybody has any doubt in this? So now we can easily copy things. I can again initialize another string. Let's say I can, yes, at any part in my code I can reassign it. So I can see hello again, or let's say hi. I can say hi. So now I can again do S1 is equals to S. So what will happen? Whatever content was there present in S, it will be copied to S1. Now my S1 would no more hi. It will be actually hello. S1 and yes, guys, is this thing clear? Yes, Yogeshwar, I am coming to that. Don't worry, I am coming to that. Is this clear how we, just this equal to operator is equal to thing is actually doing the copy work? And we can modify my string anytime. Okay. And just like character arrays, we can also iterate the string. Okay. For iteration, now previously we were iterating with using this null character, right? Now just assume we cannot use this null character. Now just assume that null character has vanished away. Now we are no more using this null character to and represent that. Now what we can do, there is this function. What you can do, s dot, just like there was in this vector s dot size, there is this function s dot length. This will actually give you the length of the string. Let's say we store it in SL. This is my length. Now how can I traverse my string? Just like I traverse my vector for int I equals to 0. I is less than SL, I plus plus, and let's say what I want to do. I want to access S of I, or let's say C out S of I. Yes, guys, is this thing clear? How do we actually, if we need to traverse my string, how do we traverse my string? Anybody has any doubt? No doubts. So you know how to get the length of the particular string and you know how to access the particular string. Okay. Now what were the other operations we did in the character arrays? We also we discussed string length. Okay, we discussed how to initialize. Now come to string comparison. Now C++ made things more easier for us. Now you can directly use this operators like S double equals to S1. Now you can directly compare it. Now you can directly compare the strings. You can use greater than equals to, you can use greater, you can use all the operators again, just like you were using in the case of integers. You do not have to traverse the whole loop. It is actually this thing, if you write this thing, it is actually traversing it in the back end. It is actually traversing, C++ is doing that stuff for you. Now what has happened inside the string library, this operator is also written again. This double equals to operator is also written again. As soon as this double equals to operator is seen by C++, it says, okay, yaar, Sn and S1 are not normal variables. Sn and S1 are not integers. So I cannot directly compare it. So sorry, I cannot do this thing operation. Previously, we were not able to check the equality for character arrays, right? Previously, we were not able to do that. But now what happened? Now string library comes into the picture and say, okay, I am defining my own operator. I am defining my own double equal to operator, and it will do the work by comparing it. So at the back end, this double equal to operator is again defined inside the string class. This double equal to operator, iska kaam jo hai na, the work of double equal to operator is redefined in this string library. That if two strings are being compared, do not use normal double equal to operators. Do not use normal double equal to operator. Use my own double equal to operator. And what this double equal to operator will do, which you usually do, it will just traverse the whole strings and compare it. Okay, guys? Is it clear how things are more easier for us now? Anybody has any doubt until now? Anybody has any doubt until now? Yes, guys, yes or no? Anybody has any kind of doubt where you think, sir, I am not able to understand this stuff or that stuff? Any doubts, guys? Tell me yes or no. Exactly, Mamoon. Now the things has become easier. Now Mamoon is saying, so we do not have to run a loop for each word of the string. No, each character of the string actually. You do not have to run the loop for each character. This double equal to operators will do the thing now. Let's say my S1 is S here. I have just initialized my S1 is S. So let us say cout strings are equal. And you see strings are equal. Why? Because we actually copied S to S1. So now this way the work has been made easier for you. But in the back end, actually what is happening? Actually traversal is only happening. The thing which is happening is only traversal only. Nothing new is happening. But that is done by C++ for you. You do not have to do anything now. Okay, guys? Is it fine? Do you understand this thing? Anybody has any doubt? Give me yeses or no's, yaar. Only 3 thumbs up. Only 3 thumbs up have been given, yaar. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. So now let us discuss one more thing. Concatenation. Let us discuss one more thing. Concatenation. So let us say we have the string S1. We have the string S1. And I actually want to add. Hi, Yogeshwar, I am coming. I actually want to append a character to it. I actually want to append the character to it. Okay. I actually want to append the character to it. Let us say I want to append a character called X to it. So previously what we have to do? We need to traverse the whole string. We need to take a new string and then copy that string and then add the new character. Yes, previously we need to take the new string and then add the new character into that string, right? Now we do not need to do this thing. The very first way to do is like we do in vector. What we can do, the very first way is s1.pushback x. s1.pushback x. So what it is saying, No, ma'am. Oh. S1 dot pushback S. So this way you can continuously add a new character to it, just like a vector. Just consider it as a vector of arrays. No, Vishnu, no. You cannot push back a string. You can only push back a character. You cannot push back a string. You can only push back character by character. That's that's the disadvantage of this function. That's where this function, disagrees with us. That's not the functionality. You can only push a character. Just consider this string as vector of characters. Vector of characters. Okay, now you can do this. The other thing which you can do is you can actually use this plus operator now. You can actually use this plus operator now. Now this plus operator is also defined. Now this plus operator is also defined separately for strings. Now this plus operator is also defined separately for strings. Okay, this plus operator actually do concatenation. This plus operator actually do concatenation. What it will do, okay, there is a string S1, just concatenate whatever is given here. Just concatenate whatever is given here. Okay, so what I'll do, let's say there is a character CHH equals to X, and then what I want to do, I want to append this character. So what I can do, character CHH, and eventually I need to store it back. Okay, doing just this won't make any sense. Doing this won't make any sense. You just have to store it again, just like you add two integers. Addition here means concatenation. Addition in the case of integer means normal addition. Yes, guys. So let us print S1. Until then, think what we need to do if we want to not postpend for not adding the character at the end. We want to prepend. We want to add the character at the starting. What would we do? See, hello XX. So one X has been pushed back by this, and another X has been appended by this. Right, Tanvi? Absolutely right. Right, Yogeshwar. Now what I want to do, currently my string is hello XX. I want to make this string as X hello XX. I want to make this string as this. So tell me guys, what should I do? Right, Roshan? And Roshan, write the complete line here. Right, Yogeshwar, right, Tanvi. Right, Priyansh. Yes, guys, tell me. Mahib says for appending, we only need to do pushback. Mahib, now you do not need to actually use pushback now. Just forget pushback. You can do just by using a plus operator. Then why would you write a pushback, the whole pushback thing, right? Gurleen, right? Insert at first index, right? But can we do that stuff? Can we do that stuff using this? Can we somehow? Yes, Karthik. Karthik, why to store it into a new string? We can store it into the same string, right? So just in this way, we were actually appending at the end. This string was taken first. Yes, Gurleen. This string was taken first, and then ch was appended at back. Now what I want to take ch at this particular position. I want to take ch at this particular position. So what I can do, take chh first and then append s1. Right? So what I can do, s1 equal to chh plus s1. Yes, guys. Now I actually want to append chh at the beginning. Right? Yogeshwar says, is this thing clear to everyone? Let me just see out S1 again. I'll come to your question, Yogeshwar, just a second. Scalar. See, X, H, hello, XS. Now, there is one more benefit for it. other than pushback, there is one more benefit. Pushback, using pushback, we can only just add one character. Using pushback, we could only add one character. But now this plus operator in the case of string helps us to append two strings also. If I want to add, somebody asked us, sir, can I not add a string using pushback? No, using pushback you cannot. But let us say there is a string. Let us say there is a string, another string st, and this is hello. Let's say there. Now what you can do s1 equals to s1 plus st. You can again append two strings. Now using this plus operator to see out s1 and and if you want to prepend, what you can do, s1 is equals to st plus s1. So see out s1 and so let us see what happens. See, there is appended, and now there is also prepended. Yes, guys, is this particular thing clear? Anybody has any doubt in this thing? Any single doubt in this plus operator, or how this plus operator is working for strings, how this double equal to is working, or greater than equal to, less than equal to, or how we are actually initializing string, how we can calculate the length of the string? Yes, anybody has any doubt? Kaustam, now can you solve that problem? Now you know what are strings. Great. Yes, Yogeshwar, what you were asking? So usually implement functions like pushback, s1, ch. But now how we can implement in this manner, since this changes function prototype? I do not understand your question, Yogeshwar. Shall I unmute you? Okay, Akif. Okay. Just a second, Yogeshwar. Akif, what does double equal to mean? Tell me this thing. What does double equal to mean? If we are having two variables, let's say int x equals to 10 and int y is also equals to 10, 20. What does this double equal to means? In that case, in integer, what this double equal to means? Have we used this operator before? Yes, Akif? Have we used this operator before? This double equals to check if these two values are equal or not. Yes? Yes, in the same way, it is checking if string s is equal to s1 or not. It is checking if string s is equals to s1 or not. But the only thing is, here it was very simple to check. It was very simple to check. Now, behind the scenes, this double equal to operator is actually running a loop to check if both the strings are equal or not. Okay, Akif? In the similar way, you can also check greater than. If my string s is greater than s1 or not, or less than equal to, or greater than equal to, every operator would work. Okay, Akif? Yes, anybody has any else doubt? Any other doubt? Anybody has any other doubt, or shall I unmute Yogeshwar? Yes, Yogeshwar, go ahead.
Sir, can you hear me, sir? Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So usually the syntax of a function is data type, return type, function name, and arguments, right, sir? So until now we were doing something like if you want to push back, so we give push back, destination string, and the character, sir. But right now we are doing string name dot pushback, sir. So I don't understand how. I mean, if we do this, one, this changes the way we use functions. Two, I did not understand how the function has been acted upon.
Okay, relax. So what happens, Yogeshwar? What happens? The function is still same, pushback. Okay, function is written like that way only. How we write the function. But now what is happening, rather than giving the data here inside, we are actually making pushback the property of S1. We are actually making pushback the property of S1. S1 itself has this function. ये pushback जो है, it is completely solely property of S1. Now, how do we do this? This is, oh, just a second. This is actually called classes and objects. So this S1 is an object. This S1 is an object. So what is happening? So consider it as an example. Bird is a class. Okay. Bird is a class, and let's say eagle is an object. So what I can do, eagle.fly. Okay. Now eagle has a property to fly. Hello, Yogeshwar?
Yes, sir, I got it, sir. But the only question is like, how is the data being passed to the function?
Exactly. Now you understand the logic. You understood the logic.
Yeah.
Now, when we are going to cover OOPS, you will find out that function will actually receive this particular thing itself. Nothing will change in the function. We'll write the classes. We'll write the classes something like this: class string. Then there will be a character array. Okay, and there will be a function. Like, let's say there is this function, what we call pushback. Let's say pushback is defined. Pushback. Okay. Now what will happen? This pushback will automatically have the access to this array. I will explain you how in the OOPS class. Okay.
Got it, sir. Got it.
Just consider it as that for this particular pushback function, this array has become a global variable. Just consider it that.
Okay. I asked this because even in vector we have pushback. So even in string we have pushback. So I thought pushback is an independent entity that is there. So
yeah, pushback is an independent entity only. Pushback is an independent entity of the thing which we are writing before dot.
Okay.
So we will see in the class of this is a part of object-oriented programming. So just consider how we are using the things. Okay. Just until now, guys, just know how we are actually using this thing using a dot. Okay, उसमें कोई भी doubt है किसी को in how to use this? No, it is not inheritance exactly, Mamoon. No, it is not inheritance. So relax, guys, relax a bit. Okay, guys, is this fine? Is this fine how to use the strings? Tanvi says, sir, the AND operator will be according to ASCII only, right, in strings. I do not understand the AND operator. Why we are using the AND operator? Right. Yes, Tanvi, yes. We can check it if you want to check. So let us give a value. Let us give S the value of scalar, and let us give S1 the value of hello, just like before. Okay, and currently my S should be greater. So we can say, rather than say, we can say S is greater than S1. Okay, if S is greater than S1, and we can see S is greater than S1. Okay, so let us quickly try and run it. See, scalar is greater than hello. Okay, Tanvi, we are checking with ASCII value only. This operator only checks with ASCII value. Just we were doing before in the string comparison function, strcmp. The same thing happens here also, guys. These operators use ASCII values to compare the string. Okay, guys? Is it fine now? Anybody has any doubt? Until now, what we have learned? Anybody has any doubt until now? Any kind of doubt in today's class? No? Everything is fine? Sir, comparison. Yes, Harsha, tell me. You do not shall I unmute you, Harsha? Harsha, shall I unmute you? No, S is not smaller than H. No. Tell me the SKI value of S. Tell me the SKI value of S. It is something greater than 97. Yes? Yes, Harsha? And what is the SKI value of capital H? It is something greater than 65. It is something greater than 65, but less than 90. So S is not greater than H. Don't see according to sizes. See according to SKI values. Compare according to SKI values. Yeah, 72 for H. Somebody told us 72 for H. Okay. Yes, guys. Anybody has any doubt? Okay, 115 for this. 115 for this. So shall we proceed further or shall we stop here? And then we can take on in the next class. Only problems. I'm done with introducing strings. If you want, I can discuss one particular question. Or if you want to go, I can let you leave. And we can have a doubt session. Okay, then. Okay. Okay, question. Okay. Okay, I can. Okay, let me discuss this particular thing, and then there is a question in the assignment you can also attempt. It is 9:42. I'll just leave you guys at 9:50 or 10 approximately. So now there's a question. There is a question. Give me some string. Give me some random string, guys. Give me some 2-3 random strings. Any strings. Let me take myself. Let us take. Okay, let us take only scalar. Okay, and scalar. Let's say Binod. Let us take scalar and Binod. So this is a complete one string. Okay, this is a complete one string. Do not consider the spaces in between. I just write it so that you can see it easily. Okay, do not consider the spaces in between. Now let us write the indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so this is a string. And now what I want, I can give you starting position, I can give you starting index, and now I want to extract a particular string from it. Like for an example, I gave you a starting index is 3. I gave you a starting index is 3, and now I want to extract a string of length 3. So from 3, starting from 3, the length 3 is LER, right? I want to extract this out of, or I do not want to delete it. I just want to check which string is present, or what is the particular string which starts from 3 and has a length of 3, or start from 3 and has a length of 4. Then it will be LERB. Do you understand the question, guys? Okay, if I say start at 3 and length is 3, so it will be LER. The length is 4, so it will be LERB. So what I am saying, this is a string given to you. You are given with the starting position. And you are given with the length. You are given with the starting position and you are given with the length. And you want to extract out that particular string. You should start from the starting position and choose the string of that particular length. So you started from L. The starting index was given as 3. So you started from L and you chose the string for 4 length. So LERB. Exactly, Christy, exactly. So can you guys tell me what is the name for this particular thing? There is a particular name to this particular thing. The slicing is the process. We call it substring. Okay, which is contiguous part of a string. Okay, now you understand with the name. Substring. So substring is a continuous part of a string. A complete string is substring of itself. Yes, do you understand this thing? That a complete string is actually substring of itself. This S is also a substring. This else is also a substring. This scalar is also a substring. This Binod is also a substring. Yes. So can you do this question? Can you write this function extract? Can you write this function extract? And so what do you need? What do you need to complete this function? What do you need to write the logic? What are all the things you need to do? So let us try to implement this function here. Extract. Okay. What are all the things you need? Yes. First of all, I need the string from which I want to extract. First of all, then I want the starting index. Then I want the starting index. And then what I want? Length. Then what I want? Length. Okay. And what should I return? What should I return? Another string. The substring actually. Okay. So tell me, what should I do? What's the idea? Yes, guys. What's the idea? What should I do? Okay, Yogeshwar says create a new string. Then Rahul says use for loop. You are exactly going sequence by sequence. Then right, Roshan. Roshan says start at S start. You're actually doing it, with organization, with cooperation. Traverse from three plus given and append a new string. Start the loop, for loop, and end. Exactly. So somebody is saying, sir, take another string. Take another string. Okay, I took another string. And then the people are saying, okay, sir, then we need to use the loop. We need to use the loop. Okay, so okay, for int I, let us say I do not define the starting point. I less than equals to, I do not define the ending point, I plus plus. Tell me what would be my starting point, guys? What would be my starting point? Start. Okay. And what will be my ending point? Right, Roshan. Rahul, from where 4 comes? Mahib, no. No, Mahib. Length, okay, somebody is saying length. So I will start from the starting index and then I'll go till length. Right, Christy, right? Guys, so I am saying, okay, start from index 3, where is it? Start from index 3 and only go till length. So length is 4. So shall I only go till 4? Shall my index only go till 4? Exactly, guys. Now you are achieving to the point. You should go till start plus length. Okay, you should go till start plus length. Is this thing clear? Why you should start from start and then you should go till start plus length? And then what you should do? You should keep on appending. You should keep on appending the character. Yes. And eventually what you should do? Return the answer. Eventually what you should do? Return the answer. Yes. Also, you should initiate it with empty string. You should initiate with it empty string because different compiler does a very different thing. Some compiler might fill some garbage. Some compiler do not fill a garbage. Okay. So always to make sure the things are on the right place, just start it with an empty string. Yes, Roshan, I will be talking about that. Don't worry. Right, Mahib, right. Absolutely right. So Mahib says, sir, we also need to care about if it goes out of bounds. If it goes out of bounds, that my start is this, and my length is, let's say, 4. So 10, 11, 12. Exactly, Mahib. This is a very, very important thing you should care of. This was a very terrific point, Mahib. You should care of these things, guys. That now you should go till either minimum of your last index, which is what? S dot length minus 1. s dot length minus 1, or you start plus length, or you start plus length. Yes guys, you should go till minimum of one of these things. Okay, अगर start plus length जो है वो बड़ा हो रहा है मेरी actual length से, then I should not go over it ना, then I should not go over it. Yes guys, so either I should go till end, or I should go till start plus length if my start plus length is until end only, until my length minus 1 only. If my start plus length is greater than my end point, then I should only go till this thing. That's why I took minimum of both. Is it fine guys? Do you understand this point? Anybody has any doubt in this point? No? So for this particular question, let us assume that we are not going over this. The length would be something by which we'll not go over it. Okay, let us assume this particular thing. And when you are writing the question, you can actually write minimum of this. Okay. So now is my extract function is clear? Is my substring function is clear? Yes guys, anybody has any doubt in this? In the similar way, we already have a inbuilt function. What you need to do, you need to first write the string from which you are actually finding the substring. So S1, let's say. First of all, you need to write the string from which you are finding the substring, then a dot, then sub str. Okay. Then you need to give the starting index, and then you need to give the length. Okay guys, so this is the end of the class. There is a question in the assignment which is related to substrings. Try to solve it. Okay, in today's class, in assignment or homework, there is a question which is related to substrings, so try to solve it. That's why I wanted to give the knowledge of substrings. Yes, go ahead. Doubt session has been started. Go ahead. Yes, I can scroll down. Yes. Absolutely right. So Mahip is asking, sir, in the case of strings also, the starting index is 0. In the case of strings also, yes, in strings, starting index is 0. Okay. On Tuesday, guys, I'll be discussing 1 or 2 more question of strings. Then I'll be taking the doubts of everything, of strings and of arrays. Okay. Come with your doubts. If you have any kind of doubts on Tuesday, I'll be first discussing 1 or 2 more question of strings, and then we can take the doubts. Okay. I'm actually talking specifically about the extract function. Roshan, no. Actually, no. Strings do not have the null at the end. We'll see how strings are implemented. Don't worry about it. Okay. Let me give you a link rather. Let me give you a link. So this is the link. This is the link to where you can actually see what all functions are present. Okay, Yogeshwar. This is the link where you can see what all functions are present for string. Mahip, I am not able to understand. Rahul says, sir, in this extract function, is S1 a new string to extract the substring? This answer is the new string. This S was the original string from which we, yes, maybe I'll unmute you. This S was the actual string from which we actually wanted to, extract the substring. This S was the string from where I want to extract the substring. And this answer is to create that new substring, to store that substring somewhere. Okay, inbuilt function, okay. Sub-str, So this sub-str, this S1 is actually the string from which I am extracting. And then you actually have to store string answer. String answer equals to this. Okay, great. Let me first unmute Mahip. Yes, Mahip.
Hello, sir. Sir, am I audible? Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, sir. सर वो एक्चुअली एक्सट्रैक्ट फंक्शन में एक डाउट था. Yes, sir. So if my length is, let's say, 4 and my start is, I mean, start has to be 0, right? Because if my start is even 1, then my I will go from 1 to like 5,
Right.
and then it would be like 6 characters, right, sir? Because मतलब sir मतलब इसमें I less than equal to 5 आना चाहिए, I less than 5 आना चाहिए.
Let us check it. Let us check it. So let us suppose, come on here. We'll be doing it in VS Code from next time. Just a second, Mahip. Sorry for the delay.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. No problem.
Let us consider that case. So let us say we are starting from 1 and my length is what? 5.
Fine. Yes.
Okay, so my length is, I actually want to get only 5 characters, right?
Yes, sir.
So we'll start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, actually you are right. So we should only go till less than start plus length.
Yes, sir. Sorry. Okay, sir.
Yeah, it's fine. Let me just check it again. We have 3, so 3, 4, 5. Yes, guys. Yes, this is a very important thing. Thank you very much, Mahi, for getting this thing out.
No
So,
problem.
it will be actually, guys, less than start plus length. Okay? Yeah. Thank you, Mahi.
Thank you so much.
Yogeshwar, yes, I can unmute you. Which Yogeshwar?
Yeah, sir. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I was asking, sir, so say suppose I'm having string S1 as hello. I'm directly initializing it, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's initialized, so it will have HELLO null character, right, sir?
No, there will be no null character to it.
Not string. I'm speaking about character arrays.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll be having a null character.
So I'm having ch1 as world. Again, I have done it. So I'm giving a string concatenate of ch comma ch1. So the result will be hello world, right, sir?
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, since we have already initialized the character array, the size has been fixed. So we cannot we cannot upgrade the size, right, sir, in between in a string. So in that case, while hello and null character have been fixed and the size has been given 6, how can we store something that is beyond the size of the string, sir? That's my question.
Okay. Let us try to do that stuff. Okay, and let us see if it is giving error or not. Okay. Let me just first comment this out because it might not be right. So yeah, anything which should work, not fine. Yeah. So let us do it here only. So let us have a character array CARCH 5, let's say, and let's say it is only a 5 length and it has let's say help. Okay. And there is another character array ch 6, which is of length 4 and which is okay. So this is it. And now what I want to string concatenate. So strcat, and I pass ch5 and I pass ch6 in it. Okay, and eventually I write ch5 to it. let us try to do this thing.
So in this case, the total length of CH5 is now 10, including a null character.
Exactly.
So now that we are like the properties of array has already been changed by the internal function, because we know that the size of the array once fixed cannot be rechanged. So that's why we are allocating more memory. So in this case, how does this work, sir?
So have I ever said this key? Okay, I have said key it cannot be changed. But you know what actually happens when we are actually dynamically adding the memory? In the case of vectors, in the case of strings, we are actually dynamically inputting the character, right?
Yeah, sir.
So what is actually happening now? This CH5 is actually a pointer to a very first location only.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and inside a function, am I specifying the size?
No, sir, you're not.
I'm not specifying the size, right? So what happens in this case is, it actually what it does is, let me just write a function. What it does is, let's say there is string concatenate, okay, and then there are two arrays. Let's say there is array 1, CR-CH1 and CHAR-CH2. Okay, so there might, I do not know the exact implementation, but there might be a possibility they what will do. Let us say there are two lengths, L1 of CH1 key length and L2 of CH2 key length. Let us say they found out the length. Okay. Yes, Yogesh.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
And CH1 was actually a pointer. CH1 was actually a pointer to the very first memory location only.
Yes, sir.
And they found out that after the combination of both, we actually are reaching to segmentation 4.
Yes, sir.
Somehow they found out here. Somehow they find this stuff out that we cannot use the memory. I told you two things. It is quite possible that we can have the memory block, or we cannot reach. We do not have the exact memory to locate it. Okay.
Yeah.
So what they can do, they can create a new pointer. CH, let's say 5. Okay. Now this pointer actually takes a memory location somewhere that there is a huge lot of memory.
Okay, sir.
And then what they do, they actually change the CH1. They start CH1 pointing to CH5 rather than CH1 itself.
Okay. So in that case, if you move the pointer, then it means that the elements are also shifted along with the pointer.
Yeah, that thing we have to do. We have to do copy. We have to actually do the copy.
So in that case, there is a new array being created.
It's quite possible. We do not know how this actually string concatenation is actually working behind.
Okay.
Right? When you want to implement it yourself, you are creating a new array. Na? What did I say? That when you are doing this for yourself, you have to create a new array.
Yeah.
That's what I said. There is high possibility that what they're actually doing, there is a high possibility they're actually creating the new array. Okay. And then actually concatenating these things by using loops. Okay. And then eventually what they are doing, they are actually pointing CH1 to CH2.
Okay. So, but can we just confirm it by printing the address of CH1 before and after strcat, sir?
Yes, we can try to do it. If it is fine or not, let us see.
So, if it is same, then we have to think of it. If it is different, then whatever we have assumed should be right.
Okay. Even if it is same, then it means that we have enough memory locations. That those memory locations are empty for us, and actually the computer has overwritten it or either given those memory locations to us.
Okay. Because we have said arrays are stacks, so whenever you are implementing stacks, we saw since int takes 4 byte, we have
did I say arrays are stacks? In the memory, right?
Yeah, in the memory, sir.
Arrays are not stacks. The memory is actually a stack.
Yeah, the memory is a stack. So the address have stored as 90 or 94. So like that, I saw the class. So that's why I'm asking. If we print the location of the first address, we may know, right? That's why, sir.
See, the thing which I told you, Edwin, was not the complete picture. was an overview. If you are going into deep now, so it is quite possible that there is a huge memory, and segmentation fold is just the way of compiler to, even if we have memory, it is quite possible that compiler checked it that you are actually using the memory which we do not have allocated. It can be allocated. It is quite possible that it can be allocated, but compiler checked it like you are using it. So compiler sent the segmentation code.
Okay,
It is
got it.
dependent upon the execution of the compilers.
Okay, so it means that whatever we are allocating only will not be that there will be always there will always be some additional space which the computer
Yes, there is always a memory. What allocation means is, let's say there is this program running in main.cpp. Okay, there is this program is running, and also your video is also running. Your Chrome tab is also running. Okay, so let's say these are memory locations. These are memory locations. Okay, and memory is allocated from RAM. Okay, and let us assume these three memory locations are given to my Chrome tab.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Yogeshwar. And
Yeah,
what
sir.
did happen? Now my RAM tried to allocate the memory for the variable for the array here.
Okay.
Okay. Now what happened? As soon as I try to access this also, our compiler find out that this memory doesn't belong to my process. This
Yeah.
memory doesn't belong to C++, the program which we are running. This memory belongs to Chrome tab.
Yes, sir. The
Okay.
scope has changed.
So then no discussion of scope. The memory is same. The memory allocated to variables or the memory allocated to Chrome tab is same.
Okay.
The different processes which are going in your computer.
Yes.
The memory is allocated from RAM only, right?
Yes, sir.
So it is quite possible that these memories are given to different processes. If these memories are already with us only, then the compiler would not show segmentation point.
Yes, sir. Probably. It
Yeah.
won't do.
Exactly. It is quite possible that it will do. It depends upon compiler. What type of checks the compiler have given to us,
Okay, sir.
or the operating system which is finally running the code.
Okay.
Okay. So there is a very these things are very complex. You have to actually study the complete memory allocation part, how memory allocation is happening. The thing which I told you that then it was a vague idea
Okay.
of things, that how things are actually happening. If you want to actually study, then there is completely a different subject, operating system, and then inside it there is another subject called memory allocations and everything. Okay,
Okay, sir. I got it, sir.
got it. So your question was absolutely right, and let us also try to check this, whatever you were saying. Not static tasks.
Void star.
Let's say address of stage 5 I want to know. And after this, again, I want to know the address. Currently, it's the same address, yeah.
It's the same address, sir.
So currently, it's the same address. We have the sufficient amount of memory. We usually have the sufficient amount of memory. Okay. We
So
usually
maybe the access right is given for the for the inbuilt programs and not for us. It may even be the case, right? Like that's right. So the programmer cannot access the out of bounds. So we'll be given a segmentation fault. But maybe internally, since we are using the inbuilt method, so those programs can have access to it.
maybe it's quite possible. I'm not sure about it, so I cannot mislead you on that particular point.
Okay, so
Because
I'll read. I'll further check about it, sir.
yeah, you check about it and you also tell me what is happening. Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay. Thanks, Yogesh. Okay, guys. Any more doubts? Any more doubts, guys? Or shall we just wrap it up? Yes? Chalo, theek hai. Chalo, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you for attending the class, and let us meet on Tuesday. And please try to solve your arrays problems also, so that you can ask the doubt on Tuesday. Okay? And try to go and do multiple things using the strings. and see all the functions which exist and what are all the stuff you can do, right? So experiment. There are 2 days and experiment it and try to solve the assignments and homework works. Okay. Bye bye. Good night. Have a nice weekend to you.